Global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to Global Happenings Today. In the wake of the fact that Nigeria is desperately in need of some sort of financial aid, having become heavily indebted to most countries, especially China, every form of industrialism, every form of apprenticeship, every form of economic ideas will be needed or will be appreciated from any quarter in Nigeria. And that brings us to the appeal being made by the presidency or the vice president himself. Looks like the Ndigbos will always be relevant in the scheme of affairs in Nigeria. Well, before we go into the news report to find out the new appeal being made to the Ndigbos over so many things that they have the capacity to do, especially changing the economic narrative of Nigeria. We'd like you to subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button. Beside it, you will see a bell notification icon. Please go ahead. Click on it to get notified as soon as we update the channel on YouTube. Okay, quickly, let's hit the ground running. The Vice President, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, has described the Igbo apprenticeship model as a good way of building wealth among people. Osinbajo spoke visually from Abuja. Participants of a national summit in Oka convoked to understudy the model, which he said have produced several millions and several millionaires. Speaking on the model, which is popularly known as Igba Boi in Igbo language, Osinbajo harped on the need to encourage the scheme to ensure continuity. According to the news, the Igbo apprenticeship scheme, that's Igba Boi, has become the most popular indigenous Nigerian economic institution, globally recognized as the world's largest business incubator. The scheme has the full potential to do for the Nigerian economy what similar apprenticeship schemes have done in many parts of the world, especially in Germany and India. I quote him. He said, "I commend the organizers of the event, and I'm hopeful that the summit will improve the growth and possibilities for Igbo apprenticeship scheme." While speaking on the theme, repositioning the Igbo apprenticeship scheme for sustainable economic development, the keynote speaker and chairman, United Nigerian Airlines, Dr. Obiora Okonkwo, recommended that the scheme should be institutionalized. Okonkwo attributed his success in life to the Igbo apprenticeship scheme, which he said he engaged in during the early days of his life at Onitsha Main Market, Onitsha, Anambra State. I am sure, I'm quoting the businessman now, said, "I'm sure some of you may have been wondering why I was chosen to deliver the keynote at this event. The simple answer is that the apprenticeship scheme and the Onitsha Main Market hold a very special place in my heart, as that was where I had my first tinge in business. My father died when I was just 14 years old, forcing me to combine my secondary school education with managing the business and his apprentices. That meant I went to school in the morning and continued at the main market in the afternoon. That basic trading experience in many respects helped hone my business instinct and also installed in me a deep sense of industry and hard work that has defined my life journey to date." Okonkwo said because of the experience when Nnamdi Azikiwe University Business School in July 2019 honored him with the Philanthropist of the Year award, it was only natural for him to try to give back by endowing a major research project on the future of Igbo entrepreneurship. The National Summit on Igbo Apprenticeship Scheme was organized by Anambra Broadcasting Service (ABS) in collaboration with Oka Chamber of Commerce, Industry, Mines and Commerce I guess this to tell you that Igba Boi is not ending anytime soon. At the beginning, they call it this for some of us who don't understand or who may not have probably feel that this whole thing began today. It started way back into history. I think I had that £20 story. I really don't know how it emanated from. Some said it's not true, some said it is true. But one thing is certain, I heard about it. And they said that that £20 thing, regardless of what they had after the Nigerian civil war, whatever the amount you have, doesn't matter whether you had it in millions or in billions or in thousands, but just £20 that was released. And some of them had to okay, what do we do now? We just a little, okay, let us see how we can move. And they now kind of give it Onya Yala one doesn't, do not leave your brother behind. Hold as in hand to hand, community holding. Hold me, I hold you. So when they go into a place, and that's why when you come to the issue of business, when you come into a lot of business places where the Igbo man has infiltrated it, at some point, you begin to see his younger ones come in. Sometimes they not even be related to him, but just say, my brother. It's my brother. That's what you hear. You go to Tejo show, Idumota, you go to Alaba, Opiweka, on the Shaman market, you go to Abba. Those ones are really from the southeast mostly, and you go to just think of the major markets you see, especially spare parts. You can't beat them in spare parts. Spare parts is their jurisdiction. Anywhere they are selling spare parts, at least 60% of those selling spare parts are the Ndigbos. Forget it, they own that market. Just like you say when you see herdsmen and those rearing cows. Yes, you may see other tribes, but the majority of the people you see is Fulani herdsmen. The Fulanis, they own when it comes to spare parts. Give it to Ndigbos, they own it. They will tell you whichever one you want. You want the one of China, you want the one of Japan, Belgium. It is there. And that's why you begin to hear things when they become, they hold hands into business. You see, as this one is growing, he will now settle the other one, that's Igba Boi, apprenticeship business. By the time he settles the other one opens the shop in that same market. When he doesn't have, he say, I want to go to get it from warehouse. There's no warehouse anywhere. Most times the warehouse is your guy's shop. They'll go and get it and sell it to you, and this whole thing keeps increasing. They keep expanding. It now looks as if it's but sometimes, it's a case of holding one another and they grow together. And it has been known to always make them, instead of seeing beggars in Southeast, instead of seeing people on the street, you see them hustling. Then they're so comfortable in business. They understand the dynamics, hustle, a legit hustle, really. And, that has made them so unique. That when it comes to keeping, when they finally get their own shop, begin to hear Sonny Sons and Sons, Emeka. Sometimes you hear the Emeka when they go, or Emeka Japan. You can hear things like the likes of Ifeanyi and Co, Ifeanyi and Sons, the names don't go beyond that, or they can dance around it, You just keep hearing things like Japan, Belgium, China, London, UK. For those ones in UK, is always more of the educational type. They also do travels and tours, but you see them very comfortable in business. And right now, the level we are in this country, we need as much of SMEs as we can get, small and medium scale businesses as we can get, to take people out of the street and to improve our GDP. Honestly, forget the issue of education right now. You can go to school, but you got to start having handwork, and then Ndigbo have it in abundance. Let's meet in our comment section.